Hi, I'm Todd Wiley. I'm going to be talking about Driven, the application we've been working on this weekend. So the concept is that there's a race called a Regularity Race, which is not a race at all in the sense that you're not going as fast as possible. You actually want to hit gates at a specified interval. So it's all about precision rather than speed. It's street legal. You end up going through more scenic courses that way, a lot of country courses. You're given data such as from the last gate to the next gate, how long it should take you or what your average speed should be, and how long the leg is. It's really great for antique cars, or as Dr. Walcott calls them, garage candy. So it's a way for all these antique cars to get out on the street and compete against each other in a way that doesn't put a lot of strain on the engines and things like that. We've pivoted away from an idea which involved drag racing, which we thought Vin Diesel would get behind. So we're a little sad about that, but I'll still try to pitch it. So the value is that it's atemporal racing. We're not just talking about an event, a race event. We're talking about laying down a course that anybody can then come to and take this drive and see how accurate you can be on any given course. It has some built-in tools for the navigator who does all the computations, and then if you win a course, you get put on the leaderboards, have your vehicle picture showed for everyone else that comes to that course, and then we can build in some rewards from sponsorships. We bring the value of real-time course creation as well as curation, so that if you want to be the rally master, it's easy for you to actually go out and drive the course that you want to drive, set the waypoints along the way, and then we automatically have your average speed between those waypoints and the time that it took you to get there. And then you can set whether you want speed or time to be relative for that leg, and you can fudge the numbers a little bit to change the difficulty and work within the laws of the community that you're in. And then every time you publish, it's immediately distributed to everyone with the app. So entering the market is not that hard, partly because it's not a giant market in America. So there are very few players in the market space already, sort of broad range between $90 to free and freemium products in there. So we'll fall somewhere in the middle most likely. We need to increase the national market and expand. It's huge in Brazil and popular in Europe as well, this style of racing. And we've only proven the technology for trivial routes. We've got a drag, a quarter-mile drag from MLK to right in front of the building. It's right about a quarter mile. So we've been able to prove it out for very small races, but we need to sort of increase what we've done. And then once we have this whole process technological, we can introduce new concepts, pit stops at Texaco, say. You can get sponsorships there. You can have alternate routes if you want to see a different set of scenery. So if it's in the autumn, you might want to drive to where there are more trees through your horse farm trail. And things like that. And then we can introduce dead zones so that we can say, okay, if you stop at this overlook in Red River Gorge, we're not going to count against your time because you should be able to take in geocache, hike, sightseeing, whatever it is. The way we can overcome the obstacles that we're having, first is strategic partnerships. We're not racers, really, any of us, or classic car people. So we need to get strong partnerships that can help us launch strong, get us into the market in front of the people that will be using this. We need to continually validate our ideas just because we're not part of that community yet. We need to have leadership, and we need to be able to increase the addressable market size because it is such a small market right now. So our next steps would be to work with something like Keeneland Concord, and get a local race going. In addition to that, we can do the Bourbon Trail. We can do routes through the Red River Gorge and a couple of other trails that we can set down and we can create ourselves and then publish those. And then we can get people through brochures and advertisements at rest stops and other places we can advertise to people. Our revenue model is based on course creation. The more automated you want it to be, you buy a more expensive app. The free one where you just put in waypoints and numbers with Google Maps, that one's free. Course discovery, you can have sponsored courses that get bumped up. So the Department of Agriculture might bump a course that goes by a lot of farm, something like that. And then you can subscribe to get all of the courses, things like that. And then sponsorships of things that you actually come across in the game. The team that's going to bring this to you, this beardy man up here, that's me. I have experience leading technical teams. I'm doing it now. I did it before NASA Nebula, open source a giant project there. David Sloan, he is a giant mobile developer, has helped pundit transfer technologies a couple of times and kept them on top of their game. And Jamie consults with startups doing marketing and PR things. So we have a fairly well-rounded team, and I think we can address this market and make it bigger and get our app out there in front of people.